So the goal of our working group is to be a source of innovation, show that international is not limited to export, get informed, to network, share experiences and good practices, prepare our members and work together with our partners to go for new markets, identify areas of collaboration, projects that we can work on together, and of course, new opportunities. We also use these working groups to build our agenda and as a guide for future actions of the cluster and of course members and ecosystem players. Why I wanted to promote this special working group dedicated to Africa. We are coordinating a project called SUAVE, EuroCluster project called SUAVE. I will tell you more about this project. Dedicated to urban agriculture. And we noticed that there are many examples and activities related to urban agriculture, not only in Europe, but of course in other countries. And I found it very interesting to share the African experience with you. So we have here Benedetta, Chengo, Jérôme Villemain, Samer, and Ederson that will share their experiences, with you. Just a few introduction words about urban agriculture in Africa. Its history dates to the colonial era, when farming flourished in urban areas, largely to meet consumption needs of bureaucrats, settlers, and other elites. Today, urban agriculture is becoming increasingly significant as a source of household food, a trend that is closely linked to declining incomes of vulnerable, urban households in the wake of neoliberal economic restructuring, high rates of urbanization, and the need to serve an emerging niche market in African cities. Urban agriculture is generally viewed as a potentially viable policy response to the complex change of feeding a burgeoning mass of urban residents amidst decline in food production in rural areas. Also, recent concern regarding climate change and the need to reduce the environmental footprint that comes for transporting food over long distance has given impetus to the need for urban agriculture. The aforementioned notwithstanding, the balance of evidence from existing literature on urban agriculture indicates that the practice faces varying degrees of opposition from urban authorities and policymakers, who generally underestimate its actual value and contribution to urban poverty and food security. We will share the presentation with those who will ask, who would like to have it. You can get more information clicking here on this link. So let us find out, thanks to our speakers, how urban agriculture is led in Africa. I will start saying a few words about SUAVE, okay, the EuroCluster projects. Then we have Benedetta, the co-founder of Feedback to the Future, who will present urban agriculture to us from the Kenyan perspective. Jérôme Villemain, the director of Calitropique, as well, a French cluster in the Réunion Island that will share its experience of tropical urban agriculture. And we are lucky to have two Brazilians that are implementing a project in Ivory Coast, Samer Nesser and Ederson Longaretti, that will present their innovation in this country, producing strawberries in containers in Ivory Coast. Manuel, I think you'll be interested by their examples, and I hope you will get in touch after this event. So thank you, everyone. Welcome. And let me say a few words for those who don't know yet about SUAVE. What is SUAVE? And Thomas, of course, Thomas is our partner, one of our partners from SUAVE. Thank you for being here, Thomas. And you can say a few words as well, right? You will see that we will talk about the casebook, Thomas. So, SUAVE is a EuroCluster project dedicated to urban agriculture. We started it in 2022 and it will end in 2025. We had already 2 calls. So we are targeting European small and medium enterprises, SMEs, with the aim to support the European and international development for the green and digital future of urban food supply. SUAVE goal is to benefit SMEs with different types of support services valued at €1,050,000, which include innovation vouchers that we had, internationalization, who is led by UNIMOS in SUAVE, with missions to Canada, Mexico, and the USA, as well as training for upskilling, networking, and learning activities. As I was saying, we at VEGEPOLYS VALLEY is a coordinator, but we have 4 experienced agri-food and digital clusters, one from Spain, FEMAC, Hungary, INNOSKART, Poland, UNIMOS, and Lithuania, AgriFood Lithuania. SUAVE represents a great opportunity to bring forward new key players with innovative solutions who will be able to share European know-how worldwide and also support clusters to act as facilitators of innovation ecosystems. That's why it sounds very important to have these inspiring models in Africa today. Thank you very much to all of the speakers again who are here. Here you have our partners again with our logos, a map so that you can see the areas that we reach here in Europe with the partners. Myself, coordinator, Juste, who leads the network work package, Josh with innovation, Veronique with the twin transition, Elizabeth Molina Sanchez with train, Thomas with Go International, and Nora Smiray with the communication. So the goal is to build what we promote with SUAVE is to create a community, not only in Europe, but abroad. So build a network to improve the resilience and their business model. This is one of the gaps of urban agriculture we identified, and SUAVE is here to help them in this sense. Innovate through grants to develop new solutions and practices for sustainable and resilient urban food systems. We want to help them accelerate transition towards green and digital economy, increase their competences by trainings for upskilling, networking, and learning activities. And of course, expand globally, have access to third markets and generate growth for international activities by participation in missions. In SUAVE, 3 countries were targeted, Canada, USA, and Mexico, but I am sure that after this meeting, there will be a lot of our SUAVE SMEs who will want to find out what is going on in Africa now. So Benedetta, be ready to welcome our awarded SMEs in Kenya. So SUAVE also works for the clusters, improving the resilience, building capacity to increase strategy autonomy, reinforce the transformation into a greener and more digital economy, faster up and reskilling, and now we are talking about us as clusters, and to reconnect and boost access to global supply value chains. The results, what are the expected results of SUAVE? Of course, to accelerate the development of more world-class clusters in all participating countries, to better support in the future our SMEs from the European Union in global competition, encourage cluster consortia to work across sectorial boundaries to exploit synergies and complementarities, and developed a joint European strategy vision resilient to external shocks. Qualitropic will be glad to work on a project with you. Let's try to think about it, especially now that you are back to the plant intercluster. And of course, our effort and joint work will help us help EU SMEs have access to third markets. From the point of view of the SMEs, so we want them to develop new solutions, to anticipate the challenges, to accelerate transition towards greener and more digital SMEs. The industrial deployment of technologies foster their market and promote the EU as a global front-runner in line with the objectives of the new industrial strategy for Europe. And of course, improve their management, coordination and collaboration capacity. Just to a few words about the scope of urban agriculture chose by SUAVE, by us as partners. We mapped the ecosystem stakeholders challenges on the urban agriculture ecosystem in Europe, and we identified the following challenges for urban agriculture SMEs activities in Europe. And as I was saying, SUAVE goal is to assist them to answer to these challenges. So it's not exhaustive, but these are the main challenges identified. So the diversification of products, service, contents based on digital technologies in the European urban farming sector, supporting the green transition of the European urban farming value chain, bridging the skill gaps in the European urban farming workforce and supporting a bigger participation of women, increasing business opportunities through internationalization and synergies along and across a value chain. So the list is not exhaustive, as I said. Here we have 27 examples. So you see it's quite large. We did not want, we wanted to be wide, to be inclusive in our project. So it goes from allotment gardens, cultural heritage farm, forest garden, social farm, vertical farm, even urban beekeeping, green walls, and our speakers will say what is working more in Africa and how Africa, what activities are being developed in Africa. So just a few results, because our community expanded thanks to these projects, and especially thanks to two calls that were launched. One launched in 2023 for innovation, diagnosis in green and digital transition, travel with the mission to Europe, and we had 3 prizes. We received 189 applications from 19 countries. So altogether, 50 SMEs received funding from SUAVE, representing 69 projects in urban agriculture for a total amount of 684,000 euros. And the second call launched earlier this year in February reached 82 projects, 12 countries, 64 SMEs, and the lump sums, the amount given to the SMEs, awarded to the SMEs, were for training and internalization. Regarding internationalization, one mission was made last week, Thomas. After that, you can say. And for the SMEs who are here, we invite you to do as Jerome is doing, scanning the QR code. A very good example, Jerome, merci. To scan and participate in our casebook. You want to say a few words, Thomas, because you are the one leading this initiative, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Claudia. Yes, it's a we put this QR code especially for you. You can try it, you can check what we are doing, because we think it will be easier for you to see it instead of me explaining. But in just a few words, we had an idea that, as Claudia mentioned, we are creating some kind of community around the SUAVE project. So it's some kind. Oh,
I muted.
Okay, thank you. So as extension of SUAVE project, we want to go beyond the project. We want to be with you and working together. And also we would like to use our networks, because we are 5 clusters across Europe, and we have, each of our clusters has own network. So we want to share information about you, about your activities, about your solution, about your ideas. And that is the way we came out with this solution, as we called it SUAVE Casebook. So if you are also interested in being part, just contact Claudia or me, or if you follow our social media, you will receive more information. But you can join for free, send us information about your company, your very short pitch about the most important things you are doing, some pictures, logos, etc. So we will be sharing this information through our social media and going to international missions, because Claudia mentioned about this before. So we targeted 3 countries: United States, Mexico, and Canada, and 2 ways of travels, let's say, because we intended to organize single missions where companies are going by themselves, but also we have organized already joint international missions. So UNIMOS is responsible for United States, and last week we visited fair in Miami. Claudia and VEGEPOLYS VALLEY is responsible for Canada, and our colleagues from Spain, FEMAC, will take care about mission to Mexico. So it will be done in a short future.
Exactly.
I think that's it from my side. So I invite you to check our casebook using the QR code and join it later on. If you think it's suitable.
Thomas, what is important to remind is that it's not only, now we had the confirmation that we can include examples of SMEs outside Europe. So Summer and Edison, you can also participate in our casebook. It will be an opportunity as well for you. And
yes.
Françoise, as well, you can invite your network to participate in this casebook. So I invite you all. I will give you 2 more seconds so that you scan it, if not done yet. Otherwise, you will find it in the presentation.
But Claudia, do we have a link to the form in this presentation? Because I don't know. What
I can add. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So when we'll be sharing, please add this link so it will be easier for you, everyone, to find.
Okay.
What kind of information we need from everyone.
Perfect. Or you can check directly, and thanks for the transition, on our social media. especially the LinkedIn. We have an excellent communication team in SUAVE. We have excellent partners, by the way, but they are working a lot, and we invite you all to follow SUAVE on our social media. So a great project, a very innovative project. We are succeeding in creating an international community worldwide. And we thank all the SMEs, awarded SMEs that are here for that. So that's all from my side. Now I would like Benedetta from Kenya to present feedback to the future and give us example in Kenya. Thank you very, very much, Benedetta, for being here with us and sharing such a great initiative. Thank you. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Claudia, and hi, everyone. So, yeah, like Claudia said, I'm Benedetta. I'm originally Kenyan, but I also live in the Netherlands, so I have a kind of dual life. I'm a co-founder of Feedback to the Future, which is registered both in the Netherlands and in Kenya. So I'll take you through my presentation. I think, Claudia, you have it, right? Oh, you're muted.
Can you still see my screen, by the way?
No,
Yes, we can see it,
Yes,
but it's still not in presentation mode.
What about now? Oh my God.
Now it's Microsoft fighting with
Oh my
you.
God, Thomas.
Now, yes, it's
Oh.
okay. Now
yeah,
it's
now I
perfect.
see.
It's good for you?
Yeah. Yeah. So, Feedback to the Future is yeah, like I said, we are registered both in the Netherlands and in Kenya. So my presentation is I'm going to also talk a bit about our team, and then I'll give you a bit of background of our organization, our purpose, our strategy, and our main activities, and then I'll share some milestones, some challenges, and how we tackle them. And then we can, I'll have a Q&A. So we have both, we have two teams. We have the Kenyan team, and we have also the Netherlands team, the Dutch team. So I sit in both because I am the link between Kenya and the Netherlands. Yep. So you can go to the next one. So this is our Kenyan team. The next slide. Yeah. And this is our Dutch team. It's not very, the Kenyan team is a bit more gender balanced. The Dutch team is not, yeah, for many reasons, but yeah, I am the coordinator of both activities in the Netherlands and in Kenya. So Mark and Hoos help a lot with the work in the Netherlands because also they are also Dutch. So yeah, but they are also very passionate about the work. Mark has a background in food forestry and also sustainable agriculture, the same as Hoos. So they're really together. They yeah, we make a very good team. So I also have, I don't have my education background. I don't have an education background in agriculture, but over time I've taken a lot of courses on permaculture and regenerative agriculture and food forestry. So these are online courses. So for my master's, I did sustainable business and innovation. So it helps also a lot in building different business and ventures in our in our programs, as you will see. So yeah, next. Yeah, so our background is so mainly like I've said, I am the engine of the organization. I grew up in the slum. So I grew up in one of the Nairobi slums. It's called Viwandani. And for the longest time, I've done also a lot of, I did a lot of community work before moving to the Netherlands. And also when I moved to the Netherlands, yeah, I continued with my community work because I moved to the Netherlands to study. I got scholarship to do my bachelor and also continued with doing my master's at Utrecht University. Some of the challenges that has made us actually focus on this is, before most of my work was based on talent development, but then, you also realize that even though we are doing a lot on talent development, there's still rise in mental health and alcoholism in the slums. And then also the issue of limited access to healthy food and also nutritious. It's such a big problem because organic food are always geared towards the upper end markets. And being in the sphere of permaculture and regenerative agriculture, felt this was the right time to focus on getting ourselves into bringing food access to healthy organic food in the slum. So our purpose as Feedback to the Future is a lot of doing co-creation to promote sustainable development of the local communities in Africa. With our main projects now being in Kenya. So we have our urban project going on in Nairobi, and we also have a food forestry program going on in the rural area. But today I will talk about the food forestry. I will talk about our urban projects. So we promote circular and regenerative innovations in the urban, so including regenerative farming. So our urban farming is based on regenerative agriculture principles. So we actually ensure that we follow the 5 regenerative farming principles. But besides that, we also do green building. So as you will see further, we've already set up like a model that can be replicated by other people in the slum. And we also do a lot of sustainable energy innovations in the slum. So next, please. So we use a lot of system thinking and transition management. Our model, so we actually use the model of living labs. So we set up, we ground ourselves in the community. We work together with the community to find solution to tackle some local challenges and contextualize them. So our innovations are always based on what is ailing the community. And yes, sometimes you also bring external experts where we can't solve the problems, but we try to bring all these different stakeholders together in our living lab, where we test and also experiment with some innovations, and then we scale whatever it's proven to be working. And yeah, also we take lessons from what is not working. So we also do a lot of learning by doing. So it's very hands-on approach. So we don't shy off from doing stuff because we are not so sure of. We do it, we start a small scale before we can go large scale. Yeah, next. Yeah. So our main activities involve educating. So we do a lot of education, a lot of trainings. So knowledge dissemination is a very important aspect, and also, so like in our urban gardening, so we are training also local. So we have a demo farm in the slum, and with our demo farm, we demonstrate to the community how they can develop their own small gardens in the slum. So we try different methods, different methods of planting, because yeah, different people have different challenges. But then with our main aim is to ensure that the regenerative principles are observed. So besides just training, we also give technical assistance. So when we train the local community, we just don't let them go and implement, but we also visit them, do a lot of follow-ups to check if whatever they're implementing is in the right way, or it's just then we give advices where necessary. And another element is we like to stimulate like working together, so grouping our participants or the local community, so that we can increase the support groups, because also sometimes when you have limited financial resources, yeah, when people come together, they are able to pull a lot of resources together. Yeah, so but also we also do business development. So whatever all our innovations, we create ventures from, yeah, whatever we are doing. So it's always geared to having a business, but then with a short with a short value chain, so that everyone, like farmers or the people that are producing, can also have like they can also see the value of their work. Yes. Next. So what we've done so far. So we have a basic urban gardening training that we've developed. So it's like a curriculum. And then we have like trainings going on a monthly basis. So yeah, this is something that we are very proud of. And then something else is because of the products that are coming in. So we've already set up our small shop in the slum, so that all the produce that are produced, they can be accessible to the local community. Besides that, we also do cooking workshops because we have done already 20 cooking workshops. This also helps because yeah, some people some of the community members have always raised the question of, yeah, we have all this diverse food, but we don't know how to prepare it. So we also make it possible. So we have cooking workshops, and we try to make recipes available. Besides that, we also do sensitization because yeah, we are in the field of really producing agroecologically, and we want people to understand the value of eating organic food and why it is important to yeah, and what is happening globally with the use of a lot of toxic chemicals in the agricultural sector. So this is also one of the things that we do. We sensitize the community of yeah, what is happening and why it is important for them to focus on eating healthy food, healthy organic food. Yeah, but then because also like issues of producing food organically is always a challenge. Like we need some inputs that are not easily available. So we've also embarked on using the locally available waste, like organic waste, to convert it using black soldier flies into yeah, we are converting it into organic fertilizer. But then also we have two byproducts, organic fertilizer and animal feeds. But also we are doing other composting like bokashi and hot composting, just to make sure that we maximize the amount of available fertilizer or organic planting materials that can be used to grow food in the urban setting. Yeah, next. So some of the challenges that we are experiencing is, I mean, like slums are very congested areas, so they have very little space or limited space. So we really have to figure out how to maximize the use of space. So sometimes we have vertical gardens, sometimes we have rooftop gardens, and for those with bigger spaces, we try to expand the spaces. So this is really a big issue. And then also, like most of a big population, they don't own the spaces where they live, so the housing is that they live in, so they're renting it. And because it's made from corrugated iron, so sometimes it's a challenge because the owners don't want people to use to plant anything near the iron sheet, otherwise they will get rust. So this is a big challenge. And of course, we have the extreme weather. So recently we had El Nino, which led to a very big flooding in the slums, and of course, like a big part of the slums, people had to move away, and there was a lot of destruction of property. And now there's also the challenge of, we are experiencing some sort of drought. And because there's a lot of iron sheet, so it's like another like a iron sheet desert, it's very extremely hot. So there's also a problem of access to quality soil, because also like people have built houses left, right, and center, so people don't have enough soil to plant their food. And then also we have the problem of quantity versus the quality mentality. So when you're talking of organic food, because it's also sometimes people, the amounts are less compared to to the conventional produced food, because also like the organically produced food it's just gaining the momentum at this moment, so the production is still low. So then you find that if people have to choose between the amounts, so is it the quantity or the quality mentality? So this is also a challenge for us. So next. Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. No, the previous slide. Yeah.
Please stay.
Oh.
Should be okay.
So, So how are we tackling these challenges? So as I said, we have, oh, no, the next one.
It's my computer, Benedetta, sorry.
Oh, no worries. I'll just wait.
See, Thomas,
Okay.
why I don't put in the presentation mode?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I click to wait. You can go and
Yeah. Let me just continue. I can check my presentation. I have my slides, but I can't share. Yeah. I will continue talking as we wait for the, yeah, okay. So, wait. So how we are tackling these challenges. So because we have a living lab, we try to innovate as much as possible. We try to make small mistakes and really improve on them before we can scale up. So, but then also we have all these different ways, like we have vertical gardens and rooftop gardens that we are implementing. But then in terms of also for the space, what we've done is also pulling people together, and then we look for a space where they can work together as a group rather than looking for individual spaces, which is not also doable. So we work with also youth groups that are producing, that have like a space in the slum, or women groups. And for the soil, yeah, we've introduced the composting. So we've introduced a system of collecting organic waste in the slum, and we are composting this because it's too much. So we can't only do the black soldier fly. So we are using bokashi. We are also using hot composting to really get as much materials as possible. And our end goal is also to create this as a business venture where we can also have, like in the Netherlands, they call it potgrond. It's like that soil that you buy in the supermarket, so which is composted. It's like ready-made soil. So we want to kind of create some packages like that for people living in the slums, so that they can also grow their vegetables, or also so grow either vegetables or herbs in the slum. Yeah, and for the housing challenge, we've introduced the green building, so using like bricks to replace the iron sheet. So we are hoping to start working with the owners and see if we can start doing the transition, so that we can always make the walls green, because if you have the bricks, then it's not a problem. Yeah, and I think that's it from my end. Thank you very much, and I don't know if we have to wait until the end and for the questions.
Let's do it this way, Benedetta. Let's for those who have questions and want to ask it now, but we will answer at the end. I think it's better to have all the presentations so that everyone is inspired, and at the end we will open for the questions. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
But see, I have already noted questions to you, dear. Thank you very much. I don't know if you were here when I said, but we have Keliani from the Brazilian ministry, who is responsible for urban agriculture. By the way, she will be our speaker tomorrow. And Keliani, I think we have other good examples as well in Africa. See. So thank you, Benedetta. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Thomas, I think you as well will be very inspired for our business model for SUAVE and next activities. Jérôme, je te laisse la parole.
Merci, Claudia. Hi, everybody. So I'm Jérôme Vulma. I'm French. Sorry for my accent and my poor English. I will do my best for you. So I am the director of Qualitropic. Qualitropic is a cluster of SMEs, mostly SMEs, based in Wayne Island. And I am also a researcher at the University of La Réunion, specialist of wood and wood products. Next, Claudia.
Arrive.
So,
Par contre, on te voit pas. Wait. I will mute someone, Jérôme.
I did it. It's okay.
You muted.
So,
Go ahead.
A few words about Calitropic, which is a cluster like VEGEPOLYS Valley. We work in the field of tropical bioeconomy, circular and sustainable. We work in the field of food, agriculture, and transformation. In the field of green chemistry, in the fields of cosmetics, of pharmacy, etc., and in the field of bio-based materials for building and also for packaging. Next, please. We have 81 members in 2023. Most of them are enterprises. The other ones are laboratories and technical centers. Most of them work in the field of agriculture, food, more than 52%. And as I told you, because of the situation of Hainan Island, there is more small enterprises than big companies. So we work in, our mission is to facilitate the interactions between enterprises, research and formation. So we give some technical support to the companies. The team is composed by engineers and doctors, and we help companies to develop new products and new services. We also work for the government, for the structuration and the animation of sectors. We give some information, conference, workshops, and we also make some technical and economic studies. Some example of the projects we made this last year. For example, we worked on the biodegradable mulch film. So for the agriculture, lots of things about composting processes. We also help a company to develop new ice creams with fruits, old fruits. We also worked, for example, on the development of vetiver roofs. And the last picture is about recycled bags for companies that sell chocolates. So the team is composed by mostly, as I told you, engineers and doctors. And also we help companies in marketing, communication, and sales, because we have lots of projects, lots of new products, and it's better to sell this kind of products. I will start to talk about agriculture in La Réunion. It's completely different than what we can see in main France. La Réunion is a very small department that is located 200 kilometers far from Paris, in the Indian Ocean, close to Madagascar and Mauritius. The total area is a little bit more than 2,500 kilometers square, and the population is very high, almost 900,000 people. And there is a particularity is the way that 42% of the island is UNESCO National Park. So we cannot do any economic activities in this area. Next one. And we have a volcano where there is no possibilities to have any agriculture projects. So in this map, you can see the UNESCO park in blue, the urban zones in red, and agricultural areas are just 38,000 hectares. Most of the areas are sugar cane. This is very old agriculture for sugar and for energy. 10,000 hectares are for fodder for agriculture, and there is just 7,000 sorry, hectares for fruit, vegetable, horticulture, and others. So in this slide, you can see the population that is growing more and more year after year. So we have a high population growth, a limited availability of agricultural land, and how can we increase the production of food in this small area? So we try to adapt the principle of urban agriculture in the local context. For us, I say that we try to adapt the principle because we try to make some urban agriculture, not only on the cities, but also in small parcels in peri-urban and rural areas. And it is a very new thematic in La Réunion. We have to work on technical and economic studies. So we have some example in containers, in micro glass houses, and we just try to make some vertical culture and hydroponic. We have a lot of shared gardens, but it is not for economic activities. It is just for social aspects. And we also have some building agriculture. We work with one company that makes some agriculture on the roof and on the building. As I tell you, it's something very new for La Réunion. So we have to adapt all the principles that are used in the main France to our climate and to our economic system. And to finish, I just wanted to show you a map. This is a map of the European programs of cooperation from La Réunion. So we have the possibility with Europe to work and to be financed, to work with all these countries. So there is Kenya, Tanzania, Mozambique, South Africa, all the islands of Southwest Indian Ocean, and also India, Australia, etc. So it's important for me to participate today to this workshop because we have a lot of opportunities to see how urban agriculture is managed in these countries, and to work together to develop some principle, especially for the context of tropical islands. So that's all for today, because as I told you, it's something very new, and we have to learn a lot before to develop. We have a big problem. The problem is the economic way to develop this kind of activities in comparison with traditional agriculture, and this is the main problem of the island. How to make some business with urban agriculture.
You are right, Jérôme, and thank you. You're right. But see, it's not only the problem of Reunion Island. We have this problem as well here in Europe, and that's why, for example, in SUAVE, we insisted a lot and helped a lot with the business continuity plan for our SMEs, how to transform an activity that can be social, as you said, in respond to a need for food in a business. Have a business model, sustainable.
Yes.
So yeah, it's not only a huge challenge for the island, but it's really interesting to see how it can help, because we talk about urban agriculture and people don't understand, but how it can be useful, especially for the island. Thanks for having showed us the map and the fact that you have very small areas to product and a need to supply, to have food to feed your population. So
yes,
excellent.
it's very original, because we want to make some urban agriculture on rural areas. So it's very unique, and we need to. And I did not talk about the climate that with a lot of cyclone, typhoon. So this can be one answer to this climate problem that increase year after year after because of the general situation.
Exactly. You can count on us, Thomas. We will talk about it again with the SUAVE partners. You know it, Jérôme, with our community. It's good that our community, SUAVE community, is getting to know you here. And let's work together for urban agriculture development and principles. And as you could see, Benedetta will be very useful as well for us. Thank you. And
Thank
of
you.
course, Nasser and Ederson, our two Brazilians that are in Ivory Coast. Thank you very much. That will present Kaya Roots and Technoponia. Jérôme, you will see that they are also producing strawberries in containers in Ivory Coast. Muito obrigada aos dois. Obrigada, Summer. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Claudia. Thank you for the introduction. Okay, so Kaya Roots is actually the first hydroponic vertical farm in Ivory Coast. Okay, let's start with the agenda. We're gonna have the introduction. So through our partnership with Technoponia, our company in Brazil, our partners, we've developed the expertise to grow strawberries all year, something that's challenging in this tropical climate. By using CEA, we've been able to precisely control the growing conditions, allowing us to overcome climate-related obstacles. Our mission extends beyond just strawberries. We aim to inspire sustainable food production across Africa by showing what's possible with advanced farming techniques. And next, please. Growing strawberries in Ivory Coast is very difficult, obviously, due to the tropical climate. Most strawberries consumed in the country are imported, often leading to lower quality and reduced freshness. Our goal was to bring fresh, locally grown strawberries to the market. Controlled environment agriculture, CEA, is a technology-driven approach to farming where light, temperature, humidity, and nutrients are precisely controlled. This creates optimal conditions for all-year crop growth, regardless of the external environment. CEA reduces pesticide use, conserves water, and improves crop quality. It is especially valuable in challenging climates like Ivory Coast, enabling us to grow strawberries where traditional farming methods struggle. We began by growing strawberries in specialized freight containers to refine our techniques. This process was greatly supported by our partners from Brazil, Technoponia, with 15 years of experience in hydroponics, led by Dr. Italo Guedes and Ederson Longaretti. They brought their extensive expertise and knowledge. Their guidance has been instrumental in adapting the advanced techniques needed to succeed. And now we are actually expanding to larger seed spaces where we can maintain the same precision in controlling the environment. Kaya Roots is just beginning its journey. We aim to inspire African entrepreneurs to explore CEA, which can transform urban agriculture, promote food security, and reduce reliance on imports. Our goal is to offer a full spectrum of consultancy services that will enable potential investors to open and run their own hydroponic farms. Let's have a look at some pictures. These are real-life pictures from here, like before and after. We did everything pretty much. Surely it's kind of new, but hopefully next time we meet, we can give you guys an update.
Summer, just to share with them, because I know that a few here know very well Ivory Coast, but others don't. Is in Abidjan. Is really in Abidjan.
Yes.
And you said, for those who know, is in Cocody. Right?
Yes.
in Cocody.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, later on you can explain why and why this why Cocody, why there, why you chose.
Well, it wasn't. Well, first of all, we're new here. I've been here for a year only. We didn't know much where to start. At the end of the day, we're not looking for space since it's urban agriculture and we're doing vertical farming. So it's more about what we found, what we were able to get.
An opportunity.
Faster. Yes, it's more about this than anything else.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, as you can see, that's how it worked. These are the containers that we used. This is Mr. Ederson Longaretti in the picture with me.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the containers.
The strawberries.
Yes, strawberry plant.
You have people working with you already,
yes, we're
as
a
I
team
can
of
see.
4. Yes, we're a team of 4. It's a small team so far, but as I said, we're expanding everything from infrastructure to people as well.
You can say how long did it? 1 year it took you?
Yeah,
you and Edison?
Actually, no, I've been here for 1 year, but we started in beginning April. Beginning April, we started to do everything. Yes, and it's been exactly around 35 days since we planted the strawberry plants. So we still don't have any strawberries yet. We're very close to start having our first strawberries, hopefully beginning next month. So as I said, hopefully next time we can give you a nice update with some new pictures of our strawberries.
Yes, please share the pictures
Sure.
with us so that we can, as we said, share it in our SUAVE social media and share it with our members in VEGEPOLYS VALLEY. And I hope when we will be there next year with Alma Pro, Michel Dallet, and other members of VEGEPOLYS VALLEY, we will have the opportunity to
you will
taste
be more than welcome.
the strawberry. And I want a T-shirt as well, a Kaya Roots T-shirt as well. Okay.
Sure. Got it.
An excellent project.
Thank you very
we
much.
have members of VEGEPOLYS VALLEY who and the regions here as well. We have Pays de la Loire, Auvergne, and Rhône-Alpes who are here. We, as I said, Samer, we are working a lot to develop projects in Ivory Coast, and I wanted them to see that it's possible, that we can succeed in Ivory Coast. So it's an excellent example for us, and to see that it went quite fast, did not take so long.
More or less, yes.
Yes.
It was okay. Yes, it was as we expected, actually. We did have some struggles, but we were able to accomplish our goals, thankfully. So far, all is good. And now it's more of a patience game. We're taking care of our plants and just wait so they grow better.
Perfect. Let us open. You can all open your cameras. I know that you have already. It's good that I can give the contact again. We can share the contact. Samer, you can write in the chat your contact as well. But I will share it in the presentation. We are good with the time, so this is excellent. I saw a few questions that have already been answered, but I wanted. Benedetta, as we are recording this event, that you answer it to us. It was by Blandine. What is the production, the type of production, and where do you provide the seeds for different activities of the project?
So Our main focus is in the urban area is on vegetables, the leafy African leafy vegetables, because it's like that is what people eat here. And so, but like I mentioned earlier, we have also a project going on in the rural area, and in the rural area we have a much bigger space. So in the rural area we have a seed bank. So we collect all the indigenous seeds, and we are saving them because now there's a lot of damaged seeds, or I mean they call them improved, but they're not also they're not doing well in our climate. So we are saving our indigenous seeds.
I think I have to put you, they could not be here today. I think we don't have SMEs with us, who is the Federation for Seeds. So noted, Benedetta, that I will put you in contact with them. They will be with us tomorrow, but unfortunately they had another meeting today. So it will be very interesting. I will check if they have already any activity and put them in touch with you. They will be able to assist you. Thank you. Let me check. Françoise, yes. Françoise, the good thing is that Jérôme is a member of the plant in the cluster. So we will have a lot of opportunities to work together with Calitropique. Françoise, don't worry. We have another question for you, Benedetta, concerning the BSF. Is there a regulation in Kenya? In Europe, the regulation does not allow, for example, feeding larvae with waste or selling larvae without them being transformed. Is there any in Kenya?
No, at the moment, not. No, we don't have any regulation that limits us from using BSF system. So unless it comes later, but yeah, we have the freedom to do that.
I know.
And
yes.
And for you, Claudia, do you work on BSF in VEGEPOLYS Valley?
We have a team working.
Yes.
Are you interested?
Yes, I'm interested because we try to make something, but it's very difficult with the regulation.
We can put you, I can put you in touch with them. But it's true, and it's good, Benedetta, that you commented about the lack of regulation, which is quite normal when we know countries from the South continent. It happens. It's not the priority of the policymakers. So we have other priorities to deal with before. So it does not sound strange that you don't have any regulation yet in Kenya.
Yeah, but I think also, yeah, I would, we wouldn't want to have such regulations at all.
I know.
Because it's just a natural process, right? So why would they want to regulate it unless there's something behind? I mean, there's no, let me just say it, we don't have regulation because there's no money coming into it. All our regulation depends on how much money or how many investors or yeah, so it's always about the money. So but this is a natural process, so I think we will also resist if they try to come up with regulations.
You will keep us posted, but it won't be for next year. We have Karine Lafort. Karine Lafort, she's the coordinator of the Réseau Mixte Agriculture Urbaine en France, a network of 12 partners from research chambers of... Karine, vous êtes toujours là?
Oui. Je suis toujours là.
Mais... Vous l'avez écrit en anglais?
Oui.
Voulez-vous le lire en anglais?
Non, je vais vous laisser faire.
Je le lis pour vous. Je le lis pour vous. Okay,
oui,
so I keep reading for for Karine. So a network of 12 partners from research chambers of agriculture and training. Guillaume Morel-Chevillier, maybe some of you know him, is a member of this group. And the aim of this program, so the Réseau Mixte Agriculture Urbaine en France, is to work on urban agriculture from an economic and legal point of view. On this inclusion and this includes public policies and the ongoing training of project leaders. This is good, as Benedetta is doing as well in Kenya. The program will be renewed in 2026, and you'd like to develop an international focus. Perfect. So, yes, I understand you don't know yet how or which countries or which area, and we are glad to have you here as well. Thank you very much, Karine Lafort. You can count now. You know that we have SUAVE, the SUAVE community, and our partners, so it will be very good to work together with you on this new project for the next project. Okay, you can count on us. You have our contacts, and as you could see, we have inspiring examples of how urban agriculture is implemented and can contribute in many aspects of a city and a country. Okay, so let's keep in touch.
Okay.
No, Kiliani, unfortunately, but maybe it will be done later. Kiliani, you want to ask your question? Não sei se a Kiliani ainda está com a gente.
Yes, I'm here.
Pode, you can go ahead in English.
Okay. Well, I just would like to know if some Brazilian project was selected on the SUAVE calls, and if the project that were presented here were supported by the SUAVE calls or is from other initiatives.
Unfortunately, Kiliani, this EuroCluster projects was only targeting European SMEs. So we could not, we received applications from Africa, and I myself received interests from Food for Cities, for example, from Brazilian initiatives, but they were not eligible to this project, but maybe we can work on a larger project later on where we can fund non-European SMEs. Unfortunately not. And I was in touch, I could meet Kaya Roots and Samer and Ederson thanks to Embrapa, Italo, who connected us, and it was really amazing because we had 2 Brazilians in Ivory Coast, so it was very good. It was through thanks to Embrapa, Kiliani. By the way, tomorrow we will have Kiliani and Embrapa with us in our Latin America Urban Agriculture meeting. But let's see, Kiliani, let's see if we can work. With Thomas, we are planning something for SUAVE, a business continuity plan, Thomas, for SUAVE. So start thinking about it, Thomas. And as you can see, we have a lot of opportunities. But, Kiliani, one thing, the Brazilians SMEs or other initiatives regarding urban agriculture can be mentioned in the case book we talked about at the beginning. Okay, tomorrow you will see, I will share again the QR code so you can share it with your contacts, Keliane.
Okay, thank you. Because here in Brazil, here in Brazil, we have different scopes of urban agriculture.
It's true. It's true. And we could see with Benedetta and other projects here in Europe that is a wide, is very large, the scope of urban agriculture, but they will be presented tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
You will get all information tomorrow. Let me see.
Both sides can benefit. You say that it's a different type, but still there are some companies in Europe in SUAVE project that they are interested in internalization. So maybe it will be chance for them to also go more to south of America. Not only because we have chosen United States, Canada, and Mexico, but we can go much farther. So
that's the idea. See, that's why. Benedetta, tell me something. I have a question for you. As you could see in Reunion Island, they are working on buildings already, integrating urban agriculture. For now in Kenya, you started with this project in the slums. Are you in touch with real estate stakeholders? Have you tried? How is it going in Kenya, for example? Is a model that you feel that can be adopted or not?
So the slums are a bit complex because of the whole security of tenure. Yeah, and the illegality or legality of people living there, it's also in question, even though people have lived there for over 40 years or 50. Yeah, so what in our project we do, we focus on the already existing informal systems or informal kind of arrangement that people have, because there are no formal arrangements. I mean, the informal ones have become kind of formal in the eyes of people, but not in the eyes of the government. So, and if you come up with if you follow the formal government way, it's not going to work on the ground. So it's always like, yeah, you have to figure out which is the best way to just do things and get things done in the slum. So this is the negative side of the slums. But what we are banking on is yeah, like 60% of the population live in the slum. So how are they going to be able to send like 60% of the population in the city? So it's like, yeah, it's if the problem will be solved, maybe it will take another maybe 50 or 100 years to be solved. So yeah, but also what you see is people themselves are not just waiting for the government to help them with the improvement. So people are improving the slums themselves. So so eventually, probably it will just end up people pushing for getting security of tenure, and then they will be there because they will have some historical yeah, it's very strong historical element that also will be interesting for the governments.
We know about the limitations, budget limitations, and hence priority of the government. It's something that's okay. We have to deal with it, but this is interesting, knowing that the population is not waiting for the public assistance to move on and develop projects. So for now on, it's something that will stay keep for the slums. Have you noticed any improvement in terms of, for example, less violence, improvement in the social, in the living, the way of living in the slums since the project started, or not? Is it helping improving the quality of life?
Yeah, so what we've noticed is it's really helping with because also we see a bigger population is struggling with the NCD, the non-communicable diseases in the slums. So we are seeing more and more people who are having these challenges, focusing on eating healthy diets, because that's like yeah, like we say, food is medicine. So if you eat good food, then you know, you limit your visits to the doctor. This is our main goal, and we see that happening, especially with the with the people who are struggling with the NCDs.
I mention it because the social aspects and you know, the social aspects of projects in slums and difficult areas, let's say isolated areas, are very important somehow. And this kind of project and socialists say that they help giving a better vision, a better space for people, and people live better. Let's say they feel better, so the violence decreases. You have yes, you have a positive impact.
Yeah. So I mean, our goal is also because I mean, is to reduce the burden of the household, because paying medical bills is really a big chunk, going like it's taking a big chunk of the household income. And if you can reduce that burden, then also you reduce a lot of pressure in the family, which also, like this kind of pressure, like mental health, alcoholism, is also what translates into crime and desperation, and you know, all this violence that you see in the slums. So it's just like we noted that, you know, we need to tackle this node of, I mean, we need to intervene in this area.
Yes.
For us to have a multiple impact, like a spillover of impacts in the community. Yeah.
Excellent. We have Michel. I think that Manuel is still here. Manuel Garcia, do you want to say a few words, because both know La Côte d'Ivoire very well and are developing projects. So Michel, Emmanuel, do you want to say a few words, even if it's not directly related to urban agriculture, but I would like you to introduce yourselves and share your experience with us.
Yeah, hi everybody. Manuel Garcia from France. We company is Alma Pro. We build some mills, stone mills to make flour to permit transformation with wheat or other seeds in flour. We work together with Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, to make stone mills with many adaptation to possibility to make flour of banana, and we build with Ivory Coast with the CDTs. It's
a technical center. Let's say technical demonstration
yes, exactly.
Center.
Thank you, Claudia. And we make a partnership with him to permit at the Ivory Coast to build himself his stone mills and permit an access price better. Our technology is a very old technology, but very interesting because there we can do many things with the same tools, and they do not consume many energy, so it can function with 2 solar panel or 1 solar panel and function. It depends of your sun. I work together with Kenya. With the NCPB, the National Cereal Produce Border, to work with them to the same partnership with like the CDT to permit at the people Kenyans to build himself his stone mills and make more stations. With that, we have a second transformation. We make pasta with many seeds, and we make adaptation of cooking receipts, and it's very interesting to make add value for the farmer.
Have you been already, Manuel, to Kenya personally?
Yeah, in March. There? In March, I'm going in Kenya, and I have met 3 associations. I'm going to the à l'ONU. I don't know.
Wait, United Nations.
United Nations, thank you. To see how we can make a first talk to permit at the United Nations to recognize our machine to say the financial more easy.
Yes, you can see, Benedetta, if you are in March in Kenya, I think it will be interesting that you meet to see. We can share the presentation of Alma Pro, of course, to Benedetta, and for the future, maybe how planning it. I hope you got inspired, Manuel, by what you saw regarding the project of urban agriculture in Kenya. So let's see. Why not producing bread and pasta in the slums, Benedetta, including it, you know, in your cooking workshops. By the way, I am interested to receive and to share the recipes. Please share it with us so that we can try it at home as well. No, I hope you were inspired. And Manuel, what about the project of Summer and Edison, Kaya Roots? I think it will be interesting as well that you meet them and see how they are working. For the strawberries. Just strawberries. Yeah. I know that it's not what you work on, but it's more to see how it's progressing.
It could be interesting. I heard the presentation, but our stone mill I think is not a good adaptation to strawberry. Yeah, we have a machine who can help him to package the machine, but they have many manufacturers in Brazil to do that. So I think it could be interesting, but the sugar and the oil inside the strawberry is not very compatible to the stone.
By the way, Summer, are you using what kind of summer solar energy for your containers?
We are planning to start with green energy, like solar panels, but not yet.
Not yet.
We're just using regular energy. Mr. Emmanuel, whenever you need, if you'd like to visit us, you're more than welcome. Okay.
Yeah, just to have I mean, and also Manuel, share the experience that the Kaya Roots had in Ivory Coast regarding really succeeding with their projects. And Samer, I take the opportunity to ask you about the distribution. You have already a plan for the markets. You have already clients in Ivory Coast.
We're mainly going to focus on patisserie, which we already have deals with them. So but once we expand, we're going to have second thoughts. We're going to find other clients. Since we're going to be expanding by the end of the year.
Excellent. Si, il va travailler avec des pâtissiers. Quand même. C'est quand même un peu, it's something a little bit related. No. On pourra développer. We can develop recipes as well together, Manuel. Et Michel, you are also also have a project in Ivory Coast. Our member Campem. Can you say a few words?
Sí, señora. Actually, Campem works in the biomass industry, so we are trying to develop something from transforming biomass residues into wood pellets, biomass pellets, to replace charcoal for cooking. We are working with a Dutch company for cooking stoves also. And we are presently in Yamoussoukro, and we were in Abidjan like until last month for the pilot. And now we are going to produce the pellets in the center of the country, in Yamoussoukro.
In Yamoussoukro.
So we are transforming biomass residues like vegetal or whatever, and forest residues into biomass pellets.
You use the residues of strawberries?
Well, there is not much residue, but yeah, we could do it. We could dry it and then transform it into pellets.
What do you do with your residues, Samer and Ederson?
Well, we're not sure yet. I mean, supposedly
yes,
we're gonna.
It's true.
We don't have any strawberries yet. But once we start, we can talk about it.
Yes, but you can start thinking about what you're going to do and have a strategy for it.
Yes, of course.
See, and you know already that Michel
with strawberries. I can give you I'll give you pellets and you'll give me strawberries, and I work with your residues.
Yeah, win-win.
See?
Yes, exactly.
A good deal already. Thank you very much, Michel. We hopefully, but we will be at the SARA, the agriculture, this trade fair next year in Ivory Coast, together with the Région Pays de la Loire and Région Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes. They had to leave, so we can plan a technical visit to Kaya Roots Summit.
You're very welcome.
We will be there and keep strawberries for us, please. Françoise, tu seras la bienvenue. You will be the most welcome to join us to the SARA as well, and you, Thomas, as well. We can plan an Ivory Coast SUAVE tour for our SUAVE community. Does someone else want to introduce itself? Blondine? Do you want to say something, a few words? Laura Vega?
I can do it quickly.
Yes, sure.
Hello everyone. I'm Blondine. I'm a product manager at a seed company called Technisem. We are specialized in vegetables, and we have some research programs for vegetables adapted to tropical area. So it was really interesting to meet everyone today about the project, and that's also why I was curious about the project for Kenya slump and regenerative agriculture. So that's it. We have in most countries in Africa, West, Central, and East Africa, seed distributors, the names are changing depending on the countries, and so we are not engaged. Technisem brand is not engaged directly with people on this country, but our seed distributors, they sometimes accompany many projects. So I think it's a great opportunities to be part of this cluster and to meet everyone.
Yes, Blondine, and it's true. I talked about SME, but of course, because it's your first time in our working group, so I did not associate you, Blondine. But yes, Benedetta, you have Technisem as well. Blondine, we keep in touch. You know, let's see how it can work for you both. But see, there is a need for seeds. Good seeds, right, Benedetta?
Yeah. Yeah, nowadays there's a lot of discussion about what is good seeds and what is not. Is it like a improved kind of seed, like a hybrid seeds, or what kind of seeds?
We have a pretty big range of vegetable seeds. There is most of OP's seeds. We have the mostly known varieties like public domain varieties. We also have a program for improved seeds with a hybrid on a lot of different vegetables. So actually we focused on different markets, classical market, improved seeds market, and we also have a specialized range for leafy vegetables and also for African leafy vegetables. And on this range, we have many type hybrid, but also OPs, improved OPs. So I don't know the English name for each of them because that's not my range. For me, I am working on cabbage and the roots range, but we have like gombos, we have like oh, it will be difficult for me to translate, but Cleoma, Amaranth, I think. Yes.
It's
So
okay.
yes, I'm not sure all those species are distributed by our current seller in Kenya. The name is Savannah Seeds, but I will do like the resume of this meeting and send it to the head direction of Technisem, and so then I think we could maybe contact you in the future. If you are interested in working with us.
It will be interesting. Yes, you both are in touch. It will be very interesting, Blondine and Benedetta.
Mm-hmm.
And Benedetta, and Blondine, and you all, just reminding you that within the plant intercluster, we have a very active partner from the Netherlands, Greenport, West Holland. And we are really working on developing projects in Africa. So we will keep you informed about it. Thank you very much. Just a few words before we leave, even though I think we have no one. Yes, Technisem, you are in Pays de la Loire, right? The October.
Yes. Totally, we are
next
near
week,
Saumur.
October 1st, next Tuesday, we have the International Week. Blondine, ça sera un plaisir. It will be a pleasure meeting you there. VEGEPOLYS VALLEY, myself, will be there presenting the International as a Source for Innovation, an atelier at 5:30 or 5 p.m. So you are the most welcome to come meet me and contribute to our atelier, to our workshop next week. Blondine, ça sera avec plaisir. We will have Biodebas who are here and other members of VEGEPOLYS VALLEY. Okay. Reminding you that next year we will be with Région Pays de la Loire and Région Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes and other regions as well, but mainly those two at the SIAM, the Morocco Trade Fair, and in Ivory Coast with SAA, for the SAA, the Agricultural Trade Fair. And our next meeting will be in French, only for VEGEPOLYS Valley members. Hopefully it will be in December. Hopefully I will find time in my agenda to have. But you are the most welcome, Thomas, as well as a SUAVE partner for our for our next working group meeting in December. Françoise, thank you very much. We meet on Friday. I hope we will collaborate. If Françoise, you just before we go, can you say a few words about your activity in urban agriculture? I am sorry, dear.
So we are situated in the south part of Belgium, so in the French part of Belgium. And we are a cluster regrouping several members, 64 members, which are gathering across one thematic, which is horticulture. So the fruit and vegetables, but also livestock, small livestock, such as insect, poultry, and such type of livestock. And so what we are doing, we are trying to stimulate the horticultural sectors in Wallonia through doing a lot of activity within our members, also visiting several members. But what is important for us also is to develop international collaboration between our members and other countries around horticultural thematic. And so we have 64 members. They are members which are from a university or research center or from educational partners. But we have also a lot of companies, so SMEs, and also cities and territorial developers, which are members of our cluster. So,
and a lot of things to do together, right?
Yes, that's true. And so we really want to develop all the value chain around horticulture, vegetables, and food. It's been not only primary production, but also the transformation of fruit and vegetables, and also what's about logistic, how to send the product from one city to another one. And so that's also our thematic.
You work already, sorry if you said it, I don't remember, in Africa, because we know that Belgium is very active as well.
So the coordination of this initiative, it's called Wasabi 2.0, and it's coordinated by the University of Liège. So it's in the south part of Belgium. And we already had a project in the north of Africa. It was in Algeria, in Tindouf.
Yes.
And the idea was to enhance water efficiency by testing and implementing innovative irrigation system. And so, for example, we tested bioponic in this country, which means that we transform poultry manure into organic fertilizer. And it was tested in Belgium and then tested by a local person in Algeria. And it was really a nice project. And that's the type of project that we want to develop, because it's on a circular approach and also more sustainable agriculture.
Perfect. Reminding you again that you are now at the Planted Cluster. See Thomas as well. See Emmanuel, Michel, c'est notre partenaire, our partner in the Planted Cluster. So a lot of projects to work on together. It will be excellent. There was one raised hand, but it is not anymore. Is your last, you have 2 minutes to manifest yourself to ask the last question if you have any question.
Yes, Claudia, I have one question. I've seen that there are some in Belgium who have submitted a project in SUAVE. And so I would be interested to know
to know the companies. Sure,
Yes.
sure. Remind me, please,
Yes,
Françoise.
okay.
Yes. We had some Belgium. Indeed.
Okay,
I don't remember the figures now,
No,
but
of course.
we had a few. Yep.
Okay.
You will know them for
Thank you.
sure. Elisa, Keliani, we will have the pleasure to have you tomorrow for the Latin America. I am very excited to know what you will say about the program. Brazil has a national program for urban agriculture. We can't wait to get to know it tomorrow. Muitíssimo obrigada, Keliani. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Elisa is from my team.
Yes, I
Okay.
figured out because I think I remember seeing the name and Elisa Carvalho. So Elisa, muito obrigada também. Thank you very much. Thanks for being. I think we will work a lot. We talked about with Embrapa about projects, South and North-South cooperation. So good to have you. Muitíssimo obrigada e até amanhã. Thomas, partner, SUAVE partner, thank you very much. It was a pleasure having you here. I don't know if you'll be with us tomorrow, hopefully.
Thank you very much. Of course, I will not miss this opportunity. So with all who are joining us tomorrow, we will see again. And
perfect.
As a final word from myself, remember about our casebook. So the more companies we have, the better it works. So
yes,
it will be chance for you and also for others to reach out to between companies. This is what we are doing.
You can remind it tomorrow.
Yes, of course.
And see, Keliani and Elisa, the casebook is a very good way to have SMEs, Brazilian SMEs promoted as well, and of course, African SMEs as well. Michelle, Manuel, Blandine, Françoise. I don't have a name, I have a number, but so I cannot say who is the, yes, who are you? I don't see you, I don't have your name, and we cannot hear you. You can please, AG something. No?
It looks like a cat ran through the keyboard, choosing the name.
Can you, the one who has the hand raised, please. Manuel, merci infiniment. I hope it was inspiring for you.
A great pleasure.
This
yes,
meeting.
It's interesting. Yeah.
And we keep working together for Africa and to develop projects. Merci infiniment. Michel, comme d'habitude, toujours un plaisir, always a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Michel aussi
was with us here in Angers, Thomas, so that you know, so he made the visit to La Vignonville with us. It was very interesting as well. Thank you all. Obrigada, Keliani, de novo. Obrigada, Elisa. Françoise, merci beaucoup.
Yes.
Blandine, merci. Gracias, Michelle. Thank you, Thomas. When I learn it in Polish, I will say it to you in Polish.
Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye-bye.